Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel ML for Analytics. I am Jyoti Dikshit and I will be covering key influencer visualization in Power BI. Like other features in Power BI, this feature of Power BI, as in this visualization of Power BI, is actually very great thing produced by Microsoft. Uh, so uh, this visualization is actually composed of many things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, and it uses machine learning algorithms at the back of it in order to produce these type of results that are shown on the screen. So we will be in this particular demo, we will be actually going through uh, how to make these type of visualization in Power BI, how to interpret the output of this visualization in Power BI, and what all things are produced by this particular visualization, and what how it works at the back end. So let's get started. So I'll be actually moving to add a new page, and I will be actually expanding all of these panes: filter panes, visualization pane, and fields pane. And what I'll be doing is this key influencer visualization is actually this visualization. So it's like sixth column and fifth row. You will be able to find this visualization, key influencers. So tap on it, and I'll increase its size as in the width and the height. And I have this data set already loaded in this report. So this particular data set I have taken it from Microsoft. So I will be actually providing the link to this data set in the description box, and so that you will be able to practice and you will be able to implement this particular feature in your own screen, in your own Power BI desktop. Sorry. So what I'll be doing is, uh, so it has, this is actually the fields pane of this visualization. Every visualization in Power BI has these three panes. One is the fields, second one is actually the format, and third one is analytics pane. So for now, I'll be actually moving to fields pane, and this analyze field, I will drop the field which I want to analyze uh, today. So like my case is that I want to analyze rating, as in what factor in my data set drives the rating or influences the rating to be high or to be low. So rating as in this is the subject of consideration for me, and that is why I have dropped rating in analyze field. So now I will be choosing the factors which I think can actually influence the rating to be anything, to be high or to be low. So what I'll do is I'll actually select tenure, and I'll select theme, and what I'll do is I'll select company size also. Um, let's just see, maybe role. Um, completed tutorials can be one of the explanatory variables. Subscription type, let's put this also over here, and support tickets, duration can be one of them. Yeah, so this is done. So one thing to be noted over here is that in Power BI, when you actually put a quantitative field in the fields pane, in the fields box, what happens is it actually applies summation aggregation automatically on it, and you obviously will not want it. So you will have to check don't summarize in this case. You will have to do it for every quantitative variable. So I'll do it, role, don't summarize, don't summarize, subscription type is set to duration. Yeah, don't summarize. Okay, so it's actually saying that, okay, I'll remove duration from this. It's not accepting duration. Maybe support tickets is actually not having any relationship with customer table. So fine, I think we are done with the influencers. Um, so what's going on over here is that key influencers chart, it actually applies regression uh, at the back of it in order to produce these chunks or these segments or these influencers in front of us. So what's shown over here is that this is this section. It tells me that the subject, the matter of my interest. So I want to actually know what influences rating to be high or to be low. And this is actually the explanatory variable. But what's going on over here is that I will actually be analyzing that, for example, when tenure is between 0 to 29, the likelihood of rating being high increases by this amount. So, according to the variables that I have provided, it will be giving me an indicator as to what influences the rating to be high and by what factor the rating is actually influenced. So I can see all these over here. Tenure is like uh, if role is 1, then again the likelihood of rating being high increases by 1.12, and if a completed tutorial is yes, then again this increases by 1.11. Subscription type is basic, then it increases by 1.07, etc., etc., etc. So you can see that on the right hand side I have a chart, and it has split down the tenure into three bins. So one is 0 or less, other is 0 to 29. Then we have another bin which is more than 29. And it is actually showing me the rating percentage, as in how likely it is to be high and by what percentage, etc. So I can see that maximum increase happens when the tenure is between 0 to 29. So again, you can see that it's not a linear relationship, as in it first at one value, then it increases, then it decreases. So we can check the same for role is 1. Then again, this is what is shown over here. You can also see a line, a dashed line over here. So it is actually the average line. So it is actually giving me the average percentage of all the data for role. And then we have completed tutorial is yes, again for no, and the same can be uh, seen for other variables also. So this is how it's shown over here. I can check the same for low, and it will give me the influencers and by what amount my dependent or the subject of my subject variable of my interest is influenced in this case. So all these things are actually indicated by this key influencer chart. Then you can see that there is one more this thing section over here, which is top segment. So we will go to top segments over here. You will be able to see that we found 5 segments and ranked them by percentage of rating is low and population size. Select a segment to see more detail. So this actually, the level over here, it actually tells again the maximum this thing percentage of low rating, and it then decreases as the height decreases, the percentage decreases. The size of the circle, it actually tells me how many observation or how many population count was actually considered in order to obtain this segment. So you can see that in case of segment 1, the percentage of rating is low is actually 38.7%, and population count is 2019. So as in 2019, observation were taken into consideration in order to obtain this segment 1. And the same thing can be said for other segments by looking into the percentage rating is low and population count. So if you want to get into the detail of all these segments, then you can click on one of the segments, and you will be shown as in uh, which things are considered in order to obtain this segment. So you can say that in segment 1, completed tutorial is no, role is not 1, tenure is greater than 29, and we can see that 38.7% of rating is low. This is 27 percentage points higher than average. So overall average is actually 11.7%. But for segment 1, it's coming out to be 38.7%. Then I also have the donut chart over here, which is actually showing me what portion of the total population was considered in order to obtain this segment. So I can see that it's actually very small portion, around 2019 points, or I can say that 4.5% of the data. If you want to dive deeper, then you can actually click on this, learn more about the segment. It's actually fetching the details, and then you can actually learn a lot of things, as in deep dive into segment 1 to see what would happen if you split by additional fields. The dotted bar depict the current distribution of rating inside segment 1. The solid bar shows you the updated distribution incorporating the new slicer. So it is actually telling me that if the subscription type was basic with 5.7% of records and premier with 94.3% of record, most affect the distribution. So again, we can see that as an count of customer table for basic. So this is actually shown over here as in the rating. High rating was actually maximum for basic basic subscription type, and for other way it was actually low. So that is one thing. And then if we go down, then we can see things and the distributions for theme also. So we can see that usability has with 15.1% of records, other with 4.4% of record, and services with 2.6% of records, among other. Most affect the distribution. And then the same thing is actually done for company size also. So in the same way, you can go select different segments, and you can actually deep dive and see what all things actually comprise of this particular segment, and then get a detailed view of all these segments. So again, this is actually a byproduct of artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques like regression, which is actually making uh, it possible for us to see all these figures in front of us. And it's all automatic, and it can be done on the fly using Power BI. So I mean, that is an interesting feature in Power BI. So if you're running short of time and you have an important presentation waiting for you, then you can actually make use of this feature, as in by using programming language. It will take time, but if you actually do all this analysis using this visual, then it won't take much time for you. So it's time saving also, and it's applying intelligent approaches also. So guys, uh, this with this I conclude this video tutorial. So if you like this tutorial, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And stay tuned. Thank you.